What's going on YouTube? My name is Jacob. Welcome to 911%, a channel where I bring you along on my many adventures with my Porsche 911s. So first and foremost, wishing everybody a happy new year. All the best to you, your families, your friends. This past September, I attended Rennsport Reunion 6, quite possibly the most epic Porsche event on this side of the globe. A Rennsport only happens every 4 years or so. It was a little bit different this year, but it generally happens every 4 years, so it's quite special. And I had the opportunity to go and create some content. So I'm gonna link the playlist in the cards above, just in case you missed it. Check it out. One of the cars on display at Rennsport this year was Project Gold. And now if you're not familiar with this, this is a brand new from the Porsche factory, a 993 Turbo. After a quick chat with Porsche Classic representatives, I was able to spend some time behind the ropes, bringing you this footage. Unfortunately, no matter what I tried, they refused to open the car up for me to get inside. However, no harm done. I mean, look at this thing. It's absolutely amazing. So just a quick rundown on what this project was about. Basically, Porsche's Classic division created a one-of-one restoration of a 993 Turbo, and it's literally a brand new 993 from the factory in 2018. This car was always destined to be auctioned off for charity. However, it's an amazing view into what's possible at Porsche today as far as bringing your Classic in and having it restored back to factory fresh. This car does not have a legitimate VIN number and cannot be registered in most countries. Project Gold is not street legal, and that's for two reasons. The first one is that this is not a 1990s Porsche. This car was built at the factory last year in 2018 from an old wide body shell that they had kicking around. And secondly, as a 2018, it would have to follow 2018 regulations, which clearly they could never do that because it's from the 90s. So even though some of the individual details of this build do not particularly suit my personal tastes, seeing a factory fresh 993 Turbo with no kilometers, perfect, was something else and made me forget those little details quickly, and I'll get to those later in the video. So let's talk about the project a little bit. So Porsche began the journey teasing the masses and all of us with sketches and quick silhouettes. My interest peaked instantly when I got wind of the fact that it's actually going to be a 993 and a Turbo S. I thought it was going to be a Turbo S because of the intake there on the side, but brilliant marketing campaign. This is truly the last air-cooled built by the Porsche factory, which is quite exciting about the project. Project Gold was built from a parts bin. You know, it's literally built, just as I mentioned before, as a brand new car, following the whole production process, starting with the cathodic dip painting process, which these images now show, which is actually quite incredible. The entire shell of the car and pieces get dipped in this huge pool, which ensures proper metal preparation. It also ensures a uniform coating of paint on all surfaces of an odd object. So very cool, and I mean, you can see here, The paint color. Now I get it, this is a marketing exercise not only for the classic division and genuine parts and classic parts, but it's also a marketing exercise for Porsche's exclusive department. With their poster boy car, which is the 9912 Turbo S exclusive series, came in this gorgeous gold, so I understand why the 993 was also paint matched and kind of matched in spec together with that car. However, I'm not a big fan. I think the color, I don't know if it's the flake in the paint after getting up close to it, or whether, you know, it's the shine of the paint or something about it, or maybe the shift in the color, but it just doesn't fit the 993 shape. It would have been so rad to see this come to life as, you know, an Arctic Silver 993 Turbo. However, no worries. I understand the importance of that marketing exercise of kind of cross-pollinating everything. Here's some images from the interior work. Now again, as I mentioned before, I did not get access to go and film the car on the inside. No problem. I've got these images here. You can see, you know, the amount of craftsmanship and handwork and by hand what went into creating the interior. The deviated stitching is knockout. I love that look. It's funny, there was a few comments online. There was one comment that really stood out in my mind back when this car was being auctioned off, about how crooked the stitching was on the steering wheel. And then also somebody else posted actual photos, earlier photos of like the tweeter being installed wrong on the door card and all these kind of imperfections. And obviously all that stuff, I'm not sure about the stitching on the steering wheel for Rennsport, but definitely the tweeters were put back properly for Rennsport, so the car was brought in how it should. But you know what, this is kind of a testament to how these cars were built back in the 90s. They were almost hand built. And you know, having a whole team of people stitching leather on your restoration project is quite cool. It's a human touch, especially in the world we're living in today. A little human touch and a little imperfection, I feel like, is refreshing. Let me know in the comments below what you think of that. So the car is basically, from a performance standpoint, it's a turbo with the X51 or Turbo S package. I'm not sure really what the correct term is, but it was a power pack, which was software, bigger turbos, third oil cooler in the front. The car is standing on the US or North American stance, which is usually referred to as a 4x4 Porsche stance, same height as a Cayenne, but it seems like a very stock example. So that's that, and then here's some images just to show you guys. They laid all new electrical loom into the entire body. I mean, this car was built from ground up, which is quite amazing. So as promised, some of the standout negatives about this build, just from a personal perspective, because you know everybody loves to hate stuff, so might as well. So first up, the turbo badge used on this Project Gold is the newer script font from the 996 Turbo. So I think that's kind of lame. Not sure what the intent was there. So that's the first one. The second one, the color, as I mentioned, I think it's a little bit too modern for the 993 shape. So that was another negative in my mind. I know it's Project Gold and it was all branded and it makes sense with the little package, but Project Silver wouldn't have been as cool. Still too modern in my mind. The third thing is the black wheels. I really don't like the way they looked. You know, it's such a bulbous shape of the 993 Turbo, an iconic shape of the twist, that it's sometimes black, I feel, just my personal opinion. Also the pinstripe, the True Tech Equipment twist actually had a way wider lip all the way around. Should have, again, been a little bit more period correct with that, considering. And then the black area in the front fog lamp and turn signal area, again, what a huge jarring visual detail now that it's black. And then of course, I think they matched the taillights by tinting them a little bit. So these are styling details that they're kind of cheesy. But all in all, I mean, witnessing a brand new Porsche 911 Turbo was quite spectacular and quite something. It makes me forget about those little details quite quickly.
Be hilariously happy though. Please leave yourself open to me. Okay.
So the car ended up selling at auction for over $3.4 million. You know, clearly amazing, and obviously, you know, going to a good cause. Kudos to Porsche for letting us have a glimpse into the project as it was built throughout the year, and then of course during that exciting time of the auction at Sotheby's. I really want to thank the two gentlemen manning the Porsche Classic Pavilion and Rennsport on Saturday. Thank you so much for letting me go behind the ropes and bring my viewers and bring everybody up close. So I'm going to end the video here. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to subscribe, comment, and like, and I'll see you guys next Thursday. And before you go, here's a Lego 911.